aka Carcino. What's good? What's good? Mr. No Sleep, Mr. Up All Night, Mr. Let's Get It In. Now, here's the scenarios and the problems that we face. Um, Sometimes people gotta take responsibility for their own lives, and they don't want to do that. They want to live through everyone else because they don't want to face their own realities. They don't want to face those decisions that they might have to make on their own that dictates, their life. They don't want to do that. You know what they want to do? They want to live in the lie. They want to continuously live in the lie. Now, here it is. We got to deal with one of the deadly sins, jealousy. Jealousy is a mother, man. And you know why jealousy is a mother? It's because everyone else can't seem to get around jealousy's grip. They can't do it. It's cold and it pulls you into the tundra. Jealousy is a mother. There's people jealous of you and you don't even know it. Then you might not have 2 pennies and somebody's out there jealous of you because they think you got more. It's sad how jealousy works. And it's a sickness, a plague. That's why they call it the sin. Even God says, I'm a jealous God, right? So if even the Most High could be jealous, anybody can be jealous. But to let it rule you, because like I always tell people, too much of anything is bad for you. Too much love is bad for you. You ever had somebody that love you so much it's smothering? So too much of anything is bad for you. Now, let's let's play big picture, best scenario. Right? I'm a big picture thinker. I look at the best scenarios for my life and I try to map things out and put things in order. I have me to balance that. Me. If I fall, it all falls. All of these eggs in baskets all over the place, that's me. There's no assistance. There's me to handle my end. Me. So, when I see people who don't know what you do, but because they feel like, I don't even know where they get it from, they feel like you owe them something. And it's all rooted in jealousy. It is the stupidest thing I've ever seen in my life. When someone's supposed to be your family, they feel like you should come to them. Right? You're doing so good. You should come to them. They don't call you, right? Let's put that in reference. They don't call you, but you supposed to just use the force and just call them out the blue. Go all the way to wherever they at and said, let me help you out with whatever you're doing. Let me stop whatever I'm doing and forget my life and things I have to do. You come first because I know you're in need without any communication. I just have that sense because you are supposed to be on my mind. Yeah, that's to these people, this idiotic logic sounds like this is what should have happened. Let's say this, for instance. Let's say I'm working a 9 to 5, right? I'm making $5, $6, $7 an hour, whatever I'm making, right? Barely making ends meet. Living from check to check, right? Then I go over to the I have someone in my family, rather, who is doing things on the internet and making money, and I kind of want to do that and feel like I could do something like that too. What I would do is contact that uncle or family member, cousin, or what have you, and say, hey, you're doing something that I kind of want to get into, can you help me out, show me, some of the things I might could do, this is what I want to do, there's some tips or some things I can learn from you. And they might say, oh yeah, sure, man, this is the way to do it, this is what I did. And boom, from there, things start to move. I took responsibility for myself. Why would I expect him to come to me or her to come to me? I went to them because I'm the one seeking the information. So, and then this crazy message comes back like, yeah, man, teach people how to fish. Instead of trying to give them a fish, you want people to look up to you like God. Like, look up to me like God. Where is this coming from? I can't teach people how to fish when I'm not out there fishing. I can't teach people how to fish when they're not even around. They've never contacted me about anything. Okay? They're too caught in their pride to call me. But I'm supposed to stop what I'm doing to call them and learn them about their affairs. But here's the thing that gets me. When they do have money and things going well, never hear from these people. Right? Never hear except for the brag and tell you what all they bought. Oh, I just got this new 2022 G-Wagon. Oh, me and my girl, we went shopping at Benson Lagers. We going to the Louis store. They call you to tell you all of the things that they're buying, all of the things that they're spending their money on. Right? All of the things they're buying, all of the things they're spending their money on. But you know what else they don't tell you? That's very telling and is quite important, but they're not mentioning it to you. They're not telling you anything that's bringing in any revenue or any growth. They're telling you about everything that depreciates. They brag on things that depreciate. And now, when things are down on their luck, because they didn't blew through all their little loan money and all the money that they didn't have, things is down. Now, I guess I'm supposed to be the one to bail them out when they too proud to even call to say anything or even hi or even care if I live or if I'm well or alive or dead. They didn't even ask me how you feeling. Are you okay? You could be sick. We wouldn't even know. We don't care. We just know that you look like you're living like a millionaire or you living comfortable. We want to do that. Tell me how to do it so I could do it in a week. I could show them every single thing that I've done. They wouldn't be able to do it in a heartbeat. They would do it for a week and quit because they're not made for this. It ain't me hating on them. Like I said, it ain't me hating on you. You're just not ready for this. You're not cut out for this. This is not for you. I know the sacrifices it takes. I know what it takes to get here. I know all the work I had to put in to get here. I know what is required. You're not going to be cut out to do it. Some people just ain't ready to hear that. They just want to hear what they want to hear. And just because something worked for somebody else don't mean necessarily it's going to work for you too. Especially if y'all don't even have the same ideals in place. You know, I try to get the information. You can't lead with money. If you start leading with money, you've already screwed up. If you start off leading with money, you've already screwed up. That's funny because I haven't even heard this guy's name in about 8 months. Man, you behind the 8 ball. I'm like, Jesus, nobody's talking about you. But thanks for the super chat. That's funny. Uh, nah, people just have to learn that in life, there's a lot of different directions you can go in. So you have to make up your own mind on what it is that you want to do, and you got to have a passion. If you come in thinking about money, those are the people that fail. Whenever they come through the door screaming money, yo man, I'm gonna get this money, and you can get money, man. How much they pay you for this? If you come in and start saying how much they pay you, you ain't gonna make it. I'm telling you right now, you ain't gonna make it. If you start off your conversation with, yo, so how much they pay you if you get like, let's say if I get like 700,000 views, how much was that? How much is that? You might as well go do something else. Because your mind ain't in the right place. Because if your mind is not on actually what it is that you're putting out to the world, then it don't matter about the money because it ain't going to be there. You got to have the passion, man. And these people, whether family or family life, they just don't get it. I remember before my YouTube page blew up to what it was. I had been on YouTube for I don't know how many years with no ideals or dreams of ever making money on the YouTube. I was making the videos because I actually gave a damn and wanted to talk to the people. That's what it was about. The money came later, much later. And I still never made it all about the money. I didn't want to have to put the video out just for the money. There's been plenty of videos I didn't even make when everybody else was like, man, you should have made that right away. I'm like, then I'd have been wrong and it'd have just been for the money. Other people wanted me to go and start YouTube beefing back and forth just for the money. Because they don't get you. They're like, man, you ain't in it for the money? No, I don't do that. And this is way before it became the norm of what everybody's doing now. See, back then, people still had some brains and know how stupid that is. I'm not finna just do that and go start a fake war with you. Somebody can get killed. That was true. They might not know it's fake and me and you just playing along to build something up. And then next thing you know, they might try to kill me over it. That's how I set it up to look and go down ass. I said, look, I ain't trying to get killed because we and you trolling and somebody didn't know. And then they take my life over dumb stupidity. Life is tricky, it's dicey, but it can't be centered around money. Because you seen, if you don't believe me, look at all the people who had money. Do they look happy? You seen all these people with multi-millions of dollars, more money than you've ever amassed, and they're unhappy. Unhappy. Multi-million dollar people running around here complaining about life and unhappy, suffering from mental health. And you're like, man, they got millions of dollars. Why are they suffering from all of these diseases or being unhappy? They ain't got no need for that. Thank you all for the super chat. People get depressed for no reasons, I think. I've never seen anybody with a need to get anything done, actually. But like it's a joke almost when you see people just so jealous and envious of everybody else because something worked for you and it didn't work for them. Instead of saying, all right, well, I got to get up there. I'm going to get up there one day and working on themselves. They don't never take responsibility. It's somebody else's fault that you didn't make it. Isn't that crazy? How it could be someone else's fault you didn't make it? That makes no sense. You got DJ Vlad every time anybody, he's got his whole team glued into trying to take me down on YouTube. Out of all these creators on there, he want to try to make an example out of me. And got YouTube and everybody else involved. But yet, I'm still working and making videos. Right. Most of these people keep selling their integrities. Like you just seen Swiss Beats and Timberland, multi-millionaires, crying and fighting and using the internet to try to fight something in court. and get people to not tune in to Triller because they're not going to get paid because Versus didn't do what it was supposed to do and they didn't understand the contract they signed. So now they want out, so they're trying to use all their celebrity power to get out of the contract, calling up celebrity friends, doing whatever they can to try to turn the tables into their favor, even though they signed a contract. Oh, I knew what they signed. And when Triller came out and said, hey, nothing was wrong with the contract. You guys signed it. It's in your, the verbiage is in the contract. And I said, oh, okay, I know what they did. They took shares. They took shares in the company. And when you took shares in the company, you got that first lump sum and you went for the big money. Oh, we just signed a big deal. It's gonna be huge. We got stock in the company. Well, you had board seats. Quite sure your board seats were, you had a vote in Versus as a company. Y'all had voting stock, but you ended up selling the company over to them completely, so that eliminated your voting rights. So you can't even do that. So now that you don't have a board anymore, your board seats are gone. You're a shareholder, so you can get outvoted by the other shareholders at Triller, which will happen. You probably have 2 board seats. That's you and Timberland. So you guys are outvoted. Triller owns it. You have your stock options, but when you don't hit those thresholds, it will reduce down, and then you can end up losing your stock and your shares in the company. Triller still owns Versus, and then you'll be out. That is it. Cut and dried. It's business. Now, me, I've seen a lot of contracts, buddy. So it's not alien to me to see that verbiage in a contract. So I try to inform the people and not just try to make a lot of money and be first on the internet with something. I actually have to have some information to tell you because, as my cousin once told me, and as he once said, you never know who's listening. You never know who's listening. And he's right. You never know who's listening. No, he's probably listening right now. You never know who's listening. Because everybody's listening nowadays. Everybody's seen something. Everybody's reacting to something. Everybody's have the cure for cancer, right? They all know what's best for you until they don't. But everybody's listening, and you never know who's listening and who heard you say something. Somebody recently brought up something I said on a video 7 years ago and expect me to know it verbatim. Yo, man, remember when you said this 7 years ago? I'm like, I can't tell you what I did 2 weeks ago. What was it about? And maybe I could pull it up out of my head. But geez. I'll be like, he's like, yeah, I just saw that video again. I'm like, my bad. But I can't go back. You want me to remember something from 7 years ago? I'm like, I can't remember something from 2 days ago. The Lords of the mics. Yeah, they don't like me to do the album reviews no more. That's why everybody's like, what happened with album versus album? When they came out with Versus, they kind of just stopping all my traffic that has anything to do with music or hip hop. Some swear. Now I could talk about entertainment, but they don't want me to promote any music. They will not send it. That game video, traffic just died. It like hit brakes, wouldn't move. So, but everybody wanted to hear it, so I just did one for y'all real quick. Because I had just really finished and had time to sit with the songs. So, that was that. But I have some more coming for y'all and some more stuff on the Patreon. So, I'm glad y'all been rocking with the Patreon. We got more coming for you.